fans, and welcome to our Wrestling Gab. It is Friday. Believe it or not, you made it through the week. If you're still alive. That's Dalitha. I am Travis. It's Smackdown time.
You made
and there's
it through
fireworks
the week
coming from the side and down from the ceiling.
Jesus, what are they trying to do?
Oh,
start on fire like a school? That happened in our town, by the way.
High school.
Local high school started on fire yesterday, or early this morning, and burnt part of it down.
They're like, the roof is on fire, but we don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn.
Yeah, so...
That's what they were chanting.
Luckily, there was nobody in it at the time that it was happening, so that's always good.
I don't know I haven't read anything. I just saw the aftermath, and I was like, well, it looks worse when it was burning.
Right? Yeah.
Because it was all dark. It was still early in the morning.
I guess it was like 4 a.m. this morning that it happened. Anyways. Hey, everybody out there. We got Walter with us. Bryce is in the chat tonight. Hey. Robert and Harley. Hey, guys. How is it going? Everybody ready for a good weekend? No. I should have got some wine to drink to make my weekend even better.
Tomorrow night should be a great boxing match. If you're just casual boxing fans, you can definitely watch that one, and it'll be a good one.
Yeah, no disqualification match. Not that match. We're talking about boxing. But this is the match for tonight. No disqualification with Matt Riddle and Solo Sequoia. Hey there, Leopold. What you doing, buddy?
I just don't know why it couldn't be the first match. Is this, what's his name? Karrion?
Probably. Oh, Walter says, hey, Travis, hey, Daphne.
No,
Smackdown. Bryce says, hey, guys, what's up?
I'm trying to learn the theme songs. I used to know all the theme songs back in the day.
Well, then they changed them all.
Well, and
that new guy had to take over.
So I don't get to hear.
Well, that new guy. Oh, are you saying that I talk too much?
Sure, if that's what you want to say. I just don't hear the theme song.
Because I talk all the time.
I guess that's how you want to word it.
Well, is that what you said?
No, I said we talk too much.
Oh.
Finn Balor, Damian.
Well, didn't they change their stuff? And didn't they change it again, like, recently? It seems like everybody's shit's all different.
I can't answer that question because I don't hear the theme music.
You know what's funny about it is I don't pay attention to the fucking theme music.
Right, and it's important because you'll hear people talk about it all the time in our chat.
Well, that's dumb. Who cares about their theme music?
It's literally what people live for. When I was a kid, I got so jacked up when Hulk Hogan's music would start that it's your guy.
It's like crack. Anyways, Bryce says, hey guys, what's up? I'm here. Robert's like, hey y'all. Harley says, hello, wrestling family. Robert's like, I'm ready for the weekend. I'm off all weekend. Good job. I like that. That's good. Me too. I don't have to go to work at all either.
Episode, or is that on Monday that he was coming back?
Ow, who? Ow.
The rabbit.
The Bad Bunny dude? I don't remember. Elsie, I got some autos in the chat. Hey, Elsie, good to see you. Says, hello, guys. Hello. John Sparkling with us also. Says, hey, guys. Chris is also with us tonight. Says, hey, Travis Cindy. Hi, everybody. Hello. Thank you for joining us with our wonderful...
to be like 7 white words on the page.
Yeah, that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in our chat.
Woo.
Thanks for being here. On a Friday night. I appreciate it.
Oh, is this going to be the LWO?
Rey Mysterio.
I love that these come on at the same time. So I'm not ahead or anything.
It's all the same,
This one's a little
bit
quicker, but not enough.
Yeah, Walter's booing the Judgment Day. He's not a fan. He hates them immensely.
It's 4 seconds.
He wants the Rey Mysterio team to win. Yay,
Go Rey!
Walter. LC's like, yay, LWO.
I wonder if anybody's ever just stole Rey Mysterio.
Stole him?
Yeah, just picked him up, put him in their bag.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like on The Hangover. Remember? And they stole the little
Asian guy?
They put him in their trunk. They kept him.
That's terrible. Then what's his face becomes like really good friends with him, and it's all weird.
Mm-hmm. Here's a sign. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
In the back, the white one.
Hi, Grandpa. There's somebody else that has a hi, Grandpa sign. Hi, Lilia. Hi, all those people.
Hi sign.
Why are there a lot of people saying hi? Where are we at?
Where's our wrestling gab on?
Okay, why are people saying hi and they're not saying hi to us and I feel left out of the crowd? And also, where the hell are they that people have hi signs for everybody?
Oh, they're probably in Denver. It's Mile High. And 420 was yesterday. Hitler's birthday. Wonder if anybody celebrated Hitler's birthday.
Don't know.
I know a lot of pot smokers celebrate Hitler's birthday.
Walter says, new LWO t-shirts. John says, good rabbit LWO. Chris says, yeah, more LWO virtue signaling.
Yeah.
And LC says, all the best for LWO.
Old Judgment Day and LWO. The Latino World Order.
Is that what that is?
Uh-huh.
Huh, that's good to know.
That was the NWO, and then Eddie Guerrero started the LWI. I think it was Eddie. Could have been Rey, I guess. But they were together in it, so it didn't matter.
Was it in WWE stuff?
It was WCW.
Oh.
Anyways, after that moonsault right there, we... Finn got his knees up. Blocked it. The size difference here. Rey's been doing it for years, so I don't really care about the size with him for the most part. Plus, Finn Balor's tiny. Mm-hmm. But Damian definitely has a future if they decide to use him right. Like seeing him against Solo the other day. I don't know if you saw that because we weren't on the air. But anyways, they got face to face.
Oh.
And he's so much bigger than Solo. It's ridiculous.
That's funny.
He's like a foot taller.
That's pretty funny.
Big leg drop right there by Damian.
Chris is saying that Rey is wearing Luigi colors. Walter says Ohio State University. They say hi, LOL. Hi, Ohio State University.
The U.
Is that where we are? Is Ohio? Are we in Ohio? Yay, Ohio. Sophie in the chat. Hey, Sophie. Says hi, people. Hi, people. Do you think Raw and SmackDown will move to ESPN at some point?
If they bid on it. It's all about that bottom dollar. So whoever bids the most.
Yeah, the bottomness of the dollars. Walter says, Woods, good luck against Gunther. And Chris says, bless.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, good.
Yeah, well, I hope Gunther beats the living poo-poo out of Woods. And I mean, like, poo-poo in the sense he twists his ankle off.
Why are you so weird?
Because I don't like him.
So?
What do you mean,
not
so?
like people and not wish they were injured.
Oh, my God. It's not real. Hello.
If he rips his ankle off, it's real.
I want him to figuratively rip his ankle off. Not
I don't
literally.
even know what that means.
You freak.
How do you figuratively rip an ankle off?
You pretend you're
Break a
ripping
leg.
it off.
That means good luck. You just told him good luck.
You're just like wrenching that ankle around like this. Twist, twist. And then he's like, oh no, my ankle! My foot fell off! And he's like, yeah, bitch, that's what you get. See? That's how you do it, figuratively. I don't know what your problem is.
He's going to win. Because it's good luck.
I want Gunther to break his
No.
leg. Not him break a leg and good luck. Yes, I want Gunther to break a leg. Somebody else's. Shelby's Warner Brothers is Carrie's interested in WWE programming. Yeah. Chris says Gunther will break Woods' neck. No, they have to get what's-his-face from the Brawlin' Brutes to do that.
Ridge.
I didn't say that. That's mean.
He's kind of like a heartbreaker, but more with necks.
He's a neck breaker. For real. Instead of not real.
They call him the C1. Because that's the bone he breaks.
It's terrifying. Do the 619, my friend. Break his neck, Ray. Oh, he threw him out like a baseball.
Oh, nobody was home. That is called a baseball slide.
And then he forgot how to do his job. Chris says Gunther will break Woods' neck. And Walter says Daphne has a funny rant tonight. Is it funny, Walter? So you think it's just as funny to break people's legs. See?
Hilarious.
It would be funny.
We got a tag team match tonight for the world titles.
Ew, barf. I should be a bookie so I can break people's legs.
Rack Rod and Liv Morgan.
That guy's stretching his legs.
Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
So are they fighting to see who goes up against them? Or is it like they're fighting for the titles?
Was that Monday they did that? I think they did that Monday. Remember? Chelsea Green. They beat.
Oh yeah, those weirdos. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to put the Ronda Rousey stuff off. I think.
For a minute or two.
At least for a few. I mean, they might do it at Saudi Arabia or something. Because it seems weird to me that they're putting everything off until SummerSlam. Like, we're not going to have any programming until SummerSlam. That's what it sounds like. If you read anybody, like, that feud's going to happen at SummerSlam. When do you think Cody's going to wrestle Roman? SummerSlam. Everything's SummerSlam.
Everything's going to be at SummerSlam.
Because it is their second biggest pay-per-view / third.
All going to happen at the next WrestleMania. So sit down, shut up, and enjoy the ride, bitches, for the next 8 to 12 months.
12 months. That's 92 months. That's too many.
Oh my God, I can't get out of the pool.
That's classic. There is a shallow end where people get out.
Well, I would hope so, because that'd be weird.
He's in there with a fox.
Poor fox.
Fox is very clever.
What does the fox say?
I don't know that song. Like, woo 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 woo. I don't know.
Walter says, due to NBA, no AEW Rampage until Saturday. Oh, bummer.
What time of day? Night?
Yeah, when is it going to happen on Saturday? At 10 p.m.?
They're like, we'll do it at the same time as the mega fight.
Like, hey, there's a really good fight tomorrow for boxing. We should do it then. Vindicator is in the chat, though. Vindicator. Right this second. Hey, Vindicator, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? Where are you? What are you doing?
He's still mad at you from Monday.
What?
You're weird.
What? Oh, what's weird?
He's like, silent treatment.
Uh-huh, sure, as he was here on Wednesday as well.
He's typing meanly. Maybe it was Wednesday that you were mean to him then. I don't remember what day it was.
Who said anything about being mean?
I don't remember what you even said.
I made good points. He even said I did. Vindicator's like, well, Talitha and Travis, looks like you will have to lean on commentary from Sophie and Walter to get through this night of recaps and rematches. LOL. Besides that, how are y'all doing?
Whoop.
Oh, you know, just hanging out.
The best one can
watching
do
stuff
on a Friday. Fridays are pretty good days, right?
Is not be watching this.
There's nothing wrong with this. It's only 2 hours, and it's less than that.
Going out to dinner with friends, having a couple drinks, going and seeing a movie. Could all be doing all kinds of different stuff that doesn't involve being this and watching this. LC says, I want that New Day back into existence. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Well, I mean, if you're just talking about Kofi coming back and joining Woods, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
But I don't see Big E coming back.
But the three guys of New Day, probably not going to happen.
Because we're the three best friends that anybody could want.
Hassan says, hi there, guys. Hey, Hassan. Good to see you tonight. Walter says, yep, then okay, LOL. Vindicator says, right now I'm at home looking at you, reading my comments, and acknowledging my presence. That's good, Vin. Good to hear that you're at home. It's always a plus.
It's like it's Roman Reigns. Vin's been Roman Reigns this whole time.
Acknowledging my presence.
Acknowledge me.
Well, you know, people have to acknowledge that I exist sometimes. Even if it is to be mean to me. When they think it's mean, but it's really not. It's just pathetic. Vindicator's like, good deal, Walter. And Walter says, LWO, get the win. Use moves.
Yeah.
What kind of moves, Walter?
Hurricane Ranas.
619s.
Drop kicks.
Definitely not
Frog
hanging out
splash.
in the corner getting smushed. Yeah, get him in the face hole.
You remember when Santos Escobar was a decent wrestler?
Remember when Santos Escobar didn't lose and he was like a champion? Remember that? You remember. Piccola?
Well, that's not happening on the main roster.
Where is Piccola? Where the hell are you? What'd you do? Are you out tonight? What you doing?
He's probably doing yard work.
You hanging out in the yard tonight?
Like a normal Floridian.
Doing his yard work before the gators come and get it. It's critical.
I don't know. Do they have gators in Pepsi-Cola or Pensacola?
How would I know?
Pepsi-Cola, Florida.
Pensacola.
Pepsi-Cola.
It's Ray versus Sydney. Oh, look at him
Whoa,
go.
look at Rana.
Sophie's like, it'll be interesting. We're Broad's back to end up once their TV deal ends next year. Cool beanies.
We're going to find out this summer. They're going to report it when the bidding starts. Should be good.
To see who really is interested.
Who's the highest bidder?
Who really wants it. It's going to be great with this whole entertainment stuff. We should buy it all.
I just hope that somebody says, oh, yes, we want Raw for 2 hours. SmackDown for 2 hours. NXT for 2 hours. Because they can bid on NXT, too.
And they're like, ugh, we really want a 3-hour Raw. Because if we don't, it's just not.
What are the odds that somebody else beats USA? So NBC decides to back out of the bidding, right? Or bid what they did and somebody else comes in and outbids, right?
Maybe.
And Raw goes. So do they keep it on Mondays, right? And if they change it because they don't want it on Mondays,
right?
Do they move NXT? Because I figure NXT will probably stay on USA. Do they move it to Mondays?
Huh.
Be interesting to see.
Yeah, that'll be different.
But if they do move off, oh shit! Santos, guess what? Loses again. He's worse than LA Knight. This dude, get him off the main roster. He's terrible.
What?
11 minutes, 35 seconds.
That is weird.
That Santos loses every week?
No, the whole, thing was just, it was just weird. So it was for that London SmackDown episode, they haven't announced if Fox is going to air SmackDown early that day.
Yeah, live?
That'd be weird.
If they're going to do that, what they would probably do would be my guess is put it on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
And then just have it on live. That's the clean way to do it. Because there's nothing else going to be on that day. I think. It's it's July 1st. So that'd be the 30th of June.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no sports going on. That would matter.
Vindicator says the only sort of fresh thing WWE is doing soon is NXT made for TV pay-per-view called Spring Breaking. Are you excited for that, Travis? I only care about the world title and women's world title matches.
I'm kind of disappointed in NXT right now, so I'm not watching it. It's just, I know there's good players on there, but all 3 champions are absolutely, they couldn't have picked 3 worse champions to be champion. And like I said before, it's okay to have 1. It'd probably be okay to have 2, but 3? I feel like the women's one's a participation trophy.
Yeah.
It's Indy Hartwell.
Right?
And she didn't even win it. It was Dexter Lumis won that match for her, which is ridiculous. Dumb. Their champion is probably the worst wrestler I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's tiny. He's like Rey Mysterio. I don't even know his name. Carmelo or something like that.
Carmelo Hayes.
And then the other one is another participation trophy guy. It's not 205, but it's
the North American.
North American is another participation guy because his tag team partner got suspended or whatever. Thrown off. He got fired for sexual something. Anyway, so they just pushed this dude, and it's literally like watching a gymnastics tryout. Not wrestling.
Nobody likes
And if
that.
you want to say that it's wrestling, that's fine. But you don't have all your wrestlers' participation trophies. It's like maybe they think that the kids they have aren't ready to be champions. And I get it, you can't keep the title on Braun Breaker forever. It doesn't work. It's dumb.
Right.
And so they need somebody else. But I feel like they had something else with that Grayson Waller. He would have been a decent one. The only problem with the Grayson Waller part is I think that he's destined to be called up. He might even get drafted.
Oh.
But he would have been a decent one. They could have put off his call up for a while.
Right.
But he's good. He looks like Cody. You've seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a Cody build.
He's the European dude.
Yeah, either Europe or Australia or something. He's got an accent.
Right.
So, no, I haven't been watching NXT because I don't like the champions. But I guess if you don't like all three champions, you might watch it to see if the titles are going to change hands. But the problem with that is they all just became champion.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
And so they're not going to drop the titles anytime soon, especially with Triple H, because Triple H loves these long, extended title runs. Look at Gunther and Roman, and now Roman has started under Vince. I understand that, but I think Vince would have had him lose at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Triple H saw the opportunity to get to 1,000 days without it being ridiculous, and said, "Let's do it," because I think he likes those long title runs.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rack, Rod, and Liv have the titles for a while, until at least SummerSlam. Bianca's had the title for too long. You're going to see Rhea Ripley probably have it for over a year. She'll either lose it at WrestleMania or SummerSlam next year. Maybe even not. Maybe they keep it on her for 3 years. I don't know why they're so high on her myself. I don't see it, but some people do, and that's fine. I don't care about it. There's Biggie right there.
Right.
Look at the decision he has to make.
From all of the Snicker bars.
So, quick question. If you walked up to that machine, which one would you buy? Go.
The Snickers.
No,
I'd buy
which
Snickers.
That would be the part, right? Like, do I want the middle one or the top one? Would you look at wrappers then and go...
No, I would...
Or would you get one that was like almost already off, so you got two? You ever do that?
I've seen that, and no, I don't think I've ever done that. I've seen people try it and do it, but... Anyways, Chris says, "Oh, funny, just saw a video someone made explaining why Jacob deGrom is becoming the GOAT and had best season in 2021 start, even though he got injured."
Old deGrom.
Sophie says, "Expect a lot of NXT call-ups during the draft." Chris says, "I hope Tiffany Stratton is in swimsuit for spring breaking."
Oh, Lord.
And Film is in the chat. "Hey, Film," says, "Hello, Miss Dear Travis, Big Hugs, Big Heart. You guys, guess what? I have some great news. I have some brilliant news. I'm so happy about it."
News.
What is it? What's the news? Tell us. Tell us all about it. Chris says Carmelo is at least better than Wes Lee.
No, yes, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Wes Lee got like a participation trophy to be the
North American
guy.
Film says, "Also, hello, Bryce. How's it going?" Elsie says, "We the ones." Sophie says, Did you hear about WWE and Twitch? Made a deal so all the WWE superstars could go back on Twitch again. Vindicator says, "North American champion Wesley is a tremendous athlete, though, right up there with Montez, and a decent enough on the mic to be good on main roster, a better version of Xavier Woods." That's not really saying anything, right. Vindicator.
Definitely like mic skills, right? And I say it all the time because MJF's too small.
Right.
And his mic skills will take him to the mid to upper mid guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley, I don't see, he's too small and short. There's a difference. Like, at least Woods is thick.
Yeah.
But he is a better athlete than Woods. I get it. You know, like, I'm not saying he's not an athlete. He's more like Zelina Vega. We get to see Zelina Vega. Go get her. They're going to do her and Rhea, whatever the next paper is. Mm-hmm. There it is. Backlash. Does she deserve it? No. Do I want to see it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really going to start calling her Rhea Bloody Ripley now?
I guess. I don't know. John says Riddle is still high from yesterday, 420. Might be. Film's like, "Hello, Vin." And Chris says they fucked up Jay White so bad on wins. His debut feels like nothing. And also Nick Aldis' debut in Impact yesterday. He cut a promo, but he just feels like a big fish in a little pond. Aldis versus Roman.
Yeah, he should have definitely came to WWE. But maybe they didn't offer him anything. Which seems weird to me because he is a good guy. But maybe he was in WWE before and burned some bridges. Because those guys, they called those guys the Clique for a reason. Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally the Clique, and they ran stuff behind Vince's back, kind of like got people out. Mm-hmm. And now that he's in charge, that's why you can't really want Triple H in charge, because he is cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see it.
Oh, definitely. You can totally see it. And it's pathetic. Instead of actually giving talent a chance, he throws the talent to the side
Return
because
of the King?
Because Vince might like it, and so it's like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Vince might like it. So he does the complete opposite, and then he, like, gets involved in this shit that is just garbage and he can't get out of unless they're fired or gotten rid of completely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Triple H makes some big mistakes. I know you guys out there seem to like him and think that he's doing a great job.
He does things right. He does things
in some
wrong.
areas. He does things right,
obviously
yes.
Human.
But with how he works with talent and how his pettiness comes out, and his father-in-law's the same way.
Right.
He does pettiness too. I'm not saying that Vince is perfect and never makes mistakes.
Right.
But I've seen it, and everybody out there is saying, "Whoa, well, he's doing such a better job," and it's like, is he?
Right.
Is he doing that much of a better job?
What I'm kind of worried about is like what Sophie said, because I did read something about it. If they bring more NXT talent up, the talent that they're talking about bringing up is mid-card talent.
Oh, definitely.
And the problem with that is they just built the mid-card.
Yep.
So who the fuck's going to be the main card guys? They're just going to stick with the same three with Cody and Seth and Roman?
Yeah.
And say, fuck everybody else.
Right.
Because you have Drew. You have Sheamus-ish that can do long runs. If Randy were to come back, you've got a built-in guy there. If he's a huge if. Mm-hmm. Karrion Kross, I feel like, is goofy as shit.
Anymore.
He's talking right now, as a matter of fact.
That's why he got said.
The problem with him is that he's talking. Shut him up and make him beat people up. That would be good. Really? You took away his joy.
I have no idea.
But I don't know how you could possibly botch a guy that looks like Kross and has a fucking arm piece that looks like that, and they fucked it up.
I don't know how they did it either.
That is next to impossible. When he came to NXT the first time, he beat Keith Lee for the world title.
Right.
Fast. Like, quick. TikTok, that's where that shit came from. Like, everything was quick. They bring him up to the main roster, and they... Obviously, Vince knew that he didn't want him. And maybe Vince was onto something. Maybe Vince was like, no, this guy isn't even close to WWE guy. And then when H brought him back, I think maybe H is figuring it out. Like, I guess Vince was right. This guy fucking doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And maybe in NXT you can get away with it because they don't do other stuff. They just wrestle and quick little promo type stuff, and it's entrances. And on the main roster, it's not necessarily entrances, although we're seeing entrances come back, which I like. I'm an entrance guy.
Which is fine, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Leslie Sophie says, we don't know how heavily involved Vince will be with the draft. Vindicator says long title runs are more respectable than what Spawn and her pappy brag about losing it so much to get it back again. I thought Wardlow should have had a 100-day title run followed by Hobbs with 100 at least, or something like that.
100 days isn't enough.
It really isn't. I mean, my God, 3 months and 10 days is nothing. Like, that's absolutely
like
nothing.
What Jade Cargill is doing is great.
Yeah.
Like I think she's over a year.
Right.
I think, right?
I don't remember when they first introduced that. When they first introduced that title. I don't remember when it was exactly. But from what I understand, Ric Flair did hold long title runs too.
Rick had 2 over 1,000 days.
So it's not like he didn't do long title runs, Vindicator, and that's why I think they do Charlotte dirty. I mean, I don't think they should have made her in the sense like her dad of how many titles she could get. The problem of it is she never holds them for longer than maybe a month. Maybe.
She needs
It's pathetic and it's sad and I don't like it.
Defining long.
Just have it
run.
And then have her go off into the sunset. I'd be okay with that. But it needs to just be, hey, she's here, she did a long title run, and now she's retired. Great.
Right.
Good.
Like she should have beat Rhea at Mania. Then next year.
She should have kept the title for a full year, had
Rhea
maybe spissed with her here and there, have Rhea go off with her stupid Judgment Day shit and deal with that for a while, then get away from that because that's the biggest problem is she's in a faction crap.
Right.
And it doesn't help with being a fucking title winner if you're in a fucking faction. I look at it like, oh, I'm sorry. Why are you in a faction? you don't need to be in one because
Bloodline's
all
the
the
best
other fucking title
wrestling,
winners in anything. Well, it's fine if she was in a girl faction, but she's not. She's in a fucking dude faction. Who gives a flying motherfuck? Like, she is the odd person out besides goddamn dumbass Dom, that fuckface that needs to just go the fuck away.
His heel run that he's doing right now is great. The work that he's doing is great. Just him, he's not. The storytelling is fantastic.
I guess.
So the story around what he is doing is great.
Yeah.
It's just him that's not good. But it's awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to watch him come out in handcuffs in the back of a police van? Like, that shit's fucking
John
classic.
says Triple H is letting all the title records get broken. Is he? What title records are you talking about, John?
Well, he's going to be talking about Roman's, but Roman's got a long ways to go.
Title record for what, though, specifically? Like, the one title that will have had for 1,000 days? Because he didn't have both of them for 1,000 days.
No, just a little over
Just
a year.
one. Just one. So, that's my question. There. The legitimate question. Vindicator says, then have the rubber match between the two at a major pay-per-view. Wardlow and Hobbs. Let's see. Film says, I sent it on your Instagram. Oh, okay. Ravi says, what you bozo saying? I don't know, Ravi. You're the one that's a bozo. Sophie says, they mentioned NXT will be part of this draft. Ravi says, Dee, did you manage to eat dinner tonight? No, I ate lunch at the same time I normally eat lunch, and that's all I've had. Bryce says, hello, Film. Good to see you, man. And Vindicator says, so one day Jericho is going to stab people with his spike jacket, and Zelina will cut people with her Ninja Star hair pieces. Her Ninja Star hair pieces that are probably plastic. I think that Jericho's jacket is way more dangerous. Sophie says, imagine if WWE and AEW are on the same network. That could happen one day. Mushmallow in the chat. Hey, Mushmallow says yesterday Roman Reigns and Usos and Paul Heyman came. Oh, yeah? They came over and hung out with you? That's
I doubt they're going to put them on the same network for multiple reasons, but one of them is the cost.
Yeah.
AEW is going to cost them $200 million for 5 years, and WWE is going to cost them $3 billion.
For 2.
Well, for the same, but 3 years. But still, what I'm getting at is it's too expensive.
Chris says he liked that Nakamura vignette that they just did about him being the king, which is right because he acts like Elvis Presley, the king. He also stole the crown and became the king of the ring after he stole it from Corbin.
Would like to see him become king of the ring again.
For real, though. Ravi says, who's running the women's division on SmackDown? Probably nobody.
Rod.
Film says, who's running it? Film says, Ravi, good to see you. How are you? Sophie says, never. Ever since Triple H took over, the ratings for both Raw and SmackDown have been higher than when Vince was in charge. Not true, Sophie.
Different time of year. Wait a calendar year, and then compare it where it could be step by step the same. Because you can't compare. Hey, Vince sucked during football
pandemic,
season.
Or he sucked during then. Or how about when they had no fucking audiences there, like live people, and we even had friends who said they refused to watch wrestling without a live audience there.
I did have friends that said that.
They didn't watch it for over a year because of it. So you cannot.
Right,
you
but we've
cannot.
been out of that for over a year. Like there's
I
enough.
get it, but you there is.
You compare it.
Vince
by
has
the
been in
date.
charge. Vince has been in charge of this shit for over 40 fucking years, and Triple H hasn't. And you're trying to try to convince me that Triple H in the last 6 months that he's fucking pulled shit out of his asshole has done a better job than Vince has done in the last 40 years of having 3 million fucking people watching Raw when they can barely get 1.5. Fuck off. Fuck off.
He used to have 6 million.
There's 6 million even. So fuck off. Nope. Fuck off. Film says Ravi Rhea Ripley is running the division EST for Raw and the tag team division Liv Morgan and Raquel. Chris says probably with Kross as he is holding Scarlett back. Is he holding Scarlett back? Sophie says there are times Raw ratings hit 2 million viewers. Ravi says, D, are you going to be impressed with SD tonight? Film, I'm good. Bryce says, well, Film, you must be in a happy, good mood. Tell us about this wonderful news that you're talking about. Chris says, Kross is the type to be like, you going to grocery store? I'm coming with you. Ravi says, just out having a few guineas. Nice. Good for you.
Woo.
So he says a lot of people Triple H brought back after Vince fired them are worried that they could get fired again once this Endeavor deal becomes final, as they should, because they should be fired. Most of them suck ass.
They are people.
I don't care.
They have jobs.
Maybe they shouldn't bank all of their stuff on something that they're really not that good at.
Gotta go all in. You can't do it as a part-timer.
Bryce says, hello, Ravi. Hello there. Pickles in the chat. Hey, Pickles says, hey, guys, just got home. A lot of people watching and socializing. Yes. Bryce says, hello, Pickle. Happy Friday. Pickle says, how's the Gab gang tonight?
Good.
Hey, Bryce. Philip says, Pickle, what up, friend? Big hug, big heart. And Sophie says, the championship, the AEW hot potatoed. The last few months have become a joke. Now people are comparing it to the 24/7 championship. How many people? Because I've only heard you say it. Pickle says, I bet she needs a manager and just ditch the Judgment Day on Rhea Ripley. Maybe. Chris says, exactly, guys like Punk, Omega, Okada, Roman, Gunther, Jade, DMD, Rick, Nick, Aldis. All these guys in recent years have had career-defining title runs. Pickle says, I don't know, Sophie. I heard it this morning, and yeah, why bother giving that TNT title any prestigious? It's absolutely turned into a joke. Prestige, Pickle says, I really hoped it had a better lineage. It's like the dumb women's tag team title history. God, that was a crazy time. Marshmallow says, yesterday me and Roman Reigns and Uso and Paul Heyman, we eat food. That's good, dude. I'm so happy
Food
for
eater.
You. And Rick says, I'm here. Hey, Rick.
Did the tribal chief put food on your table?
I think so.
What
is it Rick or Ricka? I just want to know. Are you like Eric or are you Rick? Chris says, which is funny because Nakamura stole the king from Minoru Suzuki. That's literally his nickname in New Japan. LO. Have a match for the king title. Yes. Piccolo says, LOL, but Vince's crazy old mustache man. Aren't they all? Aren't they all the old men that run this shit crazy? Ravi says, D, did you do something different with your look? Yeah. I showed up. Phil's like, all right, Bryce, I will. People's like, but being mediocre, does it really give off ratings? No.
No. And that's what they're doing. And it's a decent show. But right now they got Ricochet in there with Braun as a tag team. So Ricochet makes sense now to win.
Right.
Before he was winning as a solo star, it was kind of
dumb.
Didn't work.
Harley says, sorry that I was gone, was in the bathroom for a while. That's okay. Thanks for sharing.
Sharing is caring.
Let's see. Robbie says, when will the Bloodline stop being the monopoly? Never.
The Bloodline is the best story in wrestling for
what they're doing right now.
It's not Roman, right? So, like, if people think the Roman makes the Bloodline, it doesn't. Solo doesn't make the Bloodline. The Usos don't make the Bloodline. The history of the Samoans make the Bloodline. So the history of the Bloodline is already written. So when you add these people to it, it's history with new guys in it. So it can be generational.
Okay.
The Bloodline story.
Right.
Look what it did. It made Sami Zayn relevant.
For a minute.
He's out of it, and look at him now. He's not. He's like, eh. Like, I know he probably still has some fans, but nowhere near what he did when he was in the Bloodline.
Right.
Same thing. If the Usos decided to leave, they would just
be the Usos again.
Be the Usos what they were before. It's the Bloodline. To be honest, if Roman left, it's the same fucking thing. Obviously, you need a leader in there, though, or it wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
And so they'd have to bring in somebody else. But the Bloodline stories tell themselves, and that's why it would be really hard for them not to be a monopoly.
Right.
Because they wrestled in the 80s, 70s. They wrestled in the 80s. They dominated in the 90s. The early 2000s, you still saw Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of Rikishi probably was still around. And then his boys, Roman and Solo. Well, obviously, that's Rikishi's boys. And who knows, we might see The Rock's daughter in there in the next year or so.
Right.
If she's doing good in NXT.
Erika. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure how you went by, so I will. Erika. Film says, I'm not making this up. It's true. Go look it up. That supposedly Bryan Danielson said on the Bella Twins podcast that he has, in his own words, he wants the women to have a gimmick by having hairy armpits. And he says it's true. Well, since he's a weirdo, vegan wacko, Phil, I wouldn't be surprised if he said something as weird as that. Rika says, I just let it go. Don't let it go. I want to call you by the name you want to be called. And most of the time, I'm not sure with people. So, Bryce says, wow, that's some interesting news there, Phil. Good for you, man. Glad you're happy about that. Raul is in the chat, though. Hey, Raul, good morning. How are you doing? He says, good morning, India.
Is this a new Peter Pan? Is that normal? Didn't they just do a Peter Pan?
Oh, they always do Peter Pans, don't they? Isn't it like their thing to redo everything they possibly can? Oh, hey, this is probably the live action of Peter Pan or whatever they decided to do, even though they've had a live action of Peter Pan.
Peter Pan and Wendy.
And then,
that's what it's called.
and then they made what's-her-face, the fairy, something that nobody's happy with. But that's okay. Whatever, I guess. Stupid. I won't watch it. Raul says, good morning from India. Good morning, Raul. Film says, thank you, Bryce. When I heard about this made me so happy. Walter says, go Ricochet and Braun for the win. And Chris says, apparently there's talks of Jacob Fatu joining the Bloodline. Mush says, yesterday, me and Roman, we just talk about what the future. Cool. So he says, do you think Roman will break Bruno championship reign?
Not a chance.
Yep.
Can you imagine if he held it for another 3 years? I don't see it. I mean,
I don't. One, you got to remember, right, that there's a possibility that Roman could get sick because he does have leukemia, guys. Just because it's in a remission right now, and it's not really in full remission until he's been clear for 5 years. So, you know, there's other things that factor for him that could possibly cut that really short. Robbie says, what was the point of Rhea keeping the title?
What do you mean keeping it?
What about even getting the title? Piccolo says, hypothetical needle mover between Ronda Rousey and Pixie Sticks, Candice, or Tegan Nox really isn't much different. Not really.
Ronda's a true needle mover.
A little.
She's like the CM Punk, and the reason is because she brings
different fans
from somewhere else. That's
True.
like Logan Paul. Logan Paul is that guy. Just because we might not like them doesn't mean that they don't bring people with them or eyeballs.
Yeah. Walter
and
says
think about it. She's the only woman besides Becky and Charlotte to ever main event WrestleMania.
Right.
It's never happened before. And there's a good chance it'll never happen again.
Right.
A main event at WrestleMania with women. I just don't see it ever happening. Because there's no woman in any other place as popular as she was when she was popular in UFC.
Oh, yeah.
And so when they brought her to WWE, they brought that popularity and they put her in that main event, and it worked.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
They brought her hardcore fans because she lost a lot of fans in the last couple of fights she did in UFC because she really sucked. Walter says, okay, at 9:10 p.m., I'm going to be here on Monday for Raw, still in chat watching great wrestling. Fantastic. Erika says it's Backlash this weekend or next weekend. It is actually 2 weekends from now, actually. It's May 6th,
it's
Erika.
May 6th, the first
May
part of the week.
6th.
The first Saturday
The
in
first
May.
Saturday in May. Dave's Fantasy in the chat. Hey, Dave, sorry I didn't get to your message until now. I got overdosed on steak sauce. That's kind of crazy to get overdosed
Which
on.
one, A1 or 57? Or is it a different kind? Like a barbecue?
Films like Ronda Rousey's out of action, unfortunately. Is she? Sophie says they should burn the women's tag team championship and give the women a mid-card championship. Chris says Piccola Eva Marie has a better chance at moving the needle than those girls, and that's it. That's far.
Right. Well, she could move it, right, because of her looks. And
Right.
she has a huge following on social media with her cosmetic lines and stuff.
Oh.
So if those women decide to watch her wrestle, it's kind of like the Bellas with the whole diva stuff. Like, Kim watches that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're
I
saying.
mean? So if they were to wrestle, there's a good possibility she's like, hey, I might watch their match.
Right, to see what happens. Erika says, to be honest, I've lost track of time. That happens. Vindicator says, hey, Talitha, have you ever used a handheld cheese grater? Yes, I have actually, and I have one, and I use it all the time. That horror movie that AEW and sometimes WWE keeps promoting in her commercials have a very gnarly scene with one used as a weapon. I could see that, yeah. It's kind of like chainsaws, right? Kind of makes you weird about them. Or how about garbage disposals?
And hands.
That's another
or
one that
the
will
Incredible
freak
Shrinking
people out.
Woman or the Incredible Shrinking Man.
Those two. Dave's Fantasy is my boyfriend died yesterday. Sorry to hear that, Dave's Fantasy. Piccola says also in AEW, I don't believe bringing in a nostalgic manager or a dumb New Japan legend makes any difference. It really doesn't. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, Arn Anderson did not make Wardlow popular on Wednesday.
Vindicator says, now I'm traumatized by graders. LOL. Oh, Vin. Stop. That's ridiculous. Piccola says, yo, did you laugh, bro? Robbie's like, D, what gimmicks for pay-per-views does the Gab need? I don't know. Piccola says, because if it happened to me, I'd slap my knee. Bryce says, oh, wow, so the article about it was true. Very interesting film, very interesting. Also about Ronda Rousey, it's okay, man, she'll be back soon. Chris says, speaking of, I wouldn't mind if she came back and won Money in the Bank and cash in on Rhea. That would be funny as fuck, or have her cash in title fail. Either way, it would be funny.
Yeah, it would scare the shit out of people if she came back and she got the briefcase.
Eva Marie?
Mm-hmm. Think about how crazed the haters would be.
Oh my god, they'd be so mad.
And you still would have her lose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You would play it out like she's definitely going to win it.
Like
Rhea gets annihilated by somebody, whoever it is.
Right.
Esther or something. And I mean, just beaten. And then all of a sudden, here it comes, her money, her music. She cashes in. You'd be like, oh shit. And then Rhea kicks out, pins her.
Right. Walter says Backlash in 2 weeks. Robbie says, D, do you ever have your hair down? Yes, Robbie, I do have my hair down.
They
just
beat
not
the
on
Vikings
days I do
fair.
this.
And that was clean.
Erika says, thanks, Walter. I'm very tired. I had a big dinner tonight. That'd make anybody tired, especially coyotes. Mush says, yesterday, me and Roman. Nice, man. Walter's like, first weekend in May, Saturday, May 6th. Sophie says, how long is a flight to Puerto Rico from wherever the WWE is traveling from before the Puerto Rico trip for both SmackDown and Raw? For all we know, it might be Florida.
SmackDown will probably be there. Would be my guess. If not, they're probably going to do something in Florida, Georgia.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Considering that those areas are right there, so.
And then you're talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. Piccolo says, come on, I'm here for Logan Paul, not silly Ronda, but I see what you mean. I mean, exactly, right? But Piccolo says, but I don't give a fuck about Bad Bunny either, so there's that.
Yeah, and he's got fans, too.
He does. He has the Latino fans because of his singing career, which I had no idea he was anything, so. Walter says, so Ronda Rousey is out again? I guess, according to film. I have no idea what's going on. Piccolo says, Backlash, maybe mid. Let's be honest.
100%, except for that main event. Is going to be fire. That main event could main event WrestleMania, so.
Marcelo is in the chat. Hey, Marcelo, good to see you. Hola. Thank you for joining us. Chris says, I think they are building up Logan Paul as WWE's answer to Kenny Omega. I mean, the blonde hair, the wrestling tights, are they? Sophie says, I meant SmackDown and Backlash. Marshall says, yesterday me and Roman and the Usos said goodbye and we shake hands. Oh, that's nice. Pico says, so you mean Kenny Omega is Logan Paul from the future? Wild.
Right.
Chris says, plus an Eva Marie title run would be an easy views because people will see how bad she is. It's entertaining.
No. There's no way I'd put a title on her. But just the possibility of her being a champion would get people to watch. Because they would hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
hate it. Definitely. So weird.
Here they go.
Walter says, I like comedy movies, not horror movies. And Kit, give me nightmares. Yeah, Walter, that can happen. Pico says, and Matt Riddle is both of them from another multiverse. Jesus. Films like Pico Brian Dallas is my hero. AEW Women's Division going to turn out awesome.
See, this is what they practiced. I posted their practice on our TikTok.
Nice. Bryce says, say so, no reports on Bliss. Haven't heard anything from my end, so I don't know. Walter says, Braun and Ricochet won. Yes, they did.
There, see.
Ricochet pinned Ivar.
Yeah.
Sophie says after Kross is done feuding with Shinsuke, who knows who he will feud with next.
Right, but does Shinsuke win that? Or does Kross?
Oh my god.
You got to put Shinsuke over.
You would have to, I would think.
And
why
so
would you bring him back from NXT?
Kross is this weird heel in the shadows that loses every time.
I know, it's so dumb.
I feel like sometimes it's okay for people to lose, I understand that. But sometimes how they do it, it makes it redundant. Like Santos Escobar, get rid of him. Like you're putting him so far under that he can't ever climb out.
True, in some ways.
Because you can't put a title on him and say,
oh, he's so good.
He's so good because you go, well, didn't he just lose to a mousetrap last year at WrestleMania? Right? You see where I'm going? Didn't he just lose to Dominik Mysterio?
Yeah.
3 times?
Yeah.
Now it's a stigma, right? So you can't put a title on Sami Zayn because didn't he lose to a mousetrap 400 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. If he didn't lose to a mousetrap, they could have done something with him. But you can't bury somebody so far and then say, I got an idea.
Piccolo says, I'm hoping for the best for the women's division. Film says, yes, Bryce. So true. What on earth is going on with Bliss? I hope she's okay. Hopefully WWE ain't going to do anything stupid to her, aka ruin her career, which do not WWE.
I think she had some sort of a cancer scare or something.
Yeah, people have talked about it. It was a skin thing.
But I have not read anything, so I have no actual facts.
Piccolo says, what? I thought they just took the train, right, to Puerto Rico? That's probably what happens. Vindicator says, even in victory, Rico and Braun still feel like a comedy act. Their tandem moves seem very cartoonish. Robbie says, who's on now, women?
Yep, it's Rackrod and Liv Morgan in the ring now, and then when we get back, we'll see Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, and that'll be their match.
Vindicator says, seeing Liv and Chelsea in the ring together tonight is the only reason I will give this show a 1.
Yeah, and those two are pretty damn good looking, but Sonya is nothing to gawk at.
Yeah. Film says,
you wouldn't
man,
kick her out of the bed
happy
for eating crackers.
Right. Vindicator says, Liv jacket is too cartoonish, though, even for her. Walter says, Liv, calm down. What promo? Sophie says, once the Bloodline storyline is done, the Usos will be back to whatever they were before the Bloodline storyline started. Film wants to know what time it is.
The best thing they could ever do is keep that thing going.
Shout it loud.
And never stop. It does not end.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Roman does go away and get sick or whatever, he does it over the phone. Like, you keep it going. You add somebody to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is a real dad. Like, they bring Rikishi in to be the leader. He sits there in a suit and calls shots. And his sons take care of business if Roman can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You literally make it work and continue to work.
Right. Chris says, Sonya time. And Walter says, go Liv and Raquel win the match. Film says, Samba time. And I love him. And Piccolo says, no way, Sophie. Usos are way too over. They could be as great as the Hardys. God, how weird would that be if Jay and Jimmy aren't in the same promotion? Yeah, there's no way they're going to separate them. Sophie says, with live action reboots of movies or shows, I sometimes have mixed feelings about it.
Jimmy gets another DUI. They might split.
Yeah, if he goes off the rails and does something dumb, there's a possibility of that happening. But as long as he keeps his nose clean, he should be fine. John says, that's why we need a new champ, LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Talk to me.
If Ronda gets released from the WWE, how many people would care or notice? A lot of people would probably care and notice, and I highly doubt she's going to get released because the last time that she was not on the WWE was because of her own choice of her leaving, and then she badmouthed the WWE the whole time she was off of it.
Right. Which was storyline because she was still in it. She was still signed. It's all fodder. No disqualification match. Riddle solo. That's happening tonight. That'll be your main event.
Yeah.
Rackrod. Liv Morgan.
Well, Marcelo, I wish I could answer whatever you're talking about, but the only thing I'm getting from there is why Roman something triple something Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Like they're gonna have like a triple threat? Like you think that they should have a triple threat and Cody Rhodes and Brock with Roman?
Chupa is?
What?
Chupa.
No. What is it?
Chupacabra.
Oh, the Chupacabra guy, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Isn't it the boogeyman thing or whatever?
No.
Or the some kind of monster, swamp monster.
Right. Chupacabra is this weird looking dog with mange.
Yeah.
But it's a monster. Chupa means suck. And then cabra is a goat. So it's a goat sucker.
Nice.
But it will kill other things besides goats. But that's what they find dead is their goats, and that's where it got its name. So they came out with a movie. It's a cartoon with a little boy, and he finds one and he saves it, and he like has it in his shed. Mm-hmm. It's called Chupa.
Oh God.
The movie is called Suck.
Because in English, that's what it means. That's funny. Sophie says if Eva Marie comes back for a third time, then that tells me Vince is back in charge. Chris is like, fuck yeah, tell them, Sonia. Oh, winners and losers. Oh, this is so funny and entertaining. I just don't know what to do with myself. So it says, I'd rather have Mandy Rose come back to the WWE than Eva Marie. Wouldn't we all?
You know, I'm 50-50 on that one, but it's just because of how Mandy
conducted herself as the NXT champion for over a year.
How she left. It was just a
They fucked up. I fucking think they fucked the fuck up.
But they could definitely bring back Toxic Attraction with her immediately. And bring those other two girls up, put them back together. It doesn't matter what storylines are happening in NXT. They don't happen on the main roster. You put them all three back together and they could dominate the women's division for 2 years.
Right. Chris says Chelsea Green wearing Gigi Dolan hat. John says, who's Chelsea doing to get this much on-screen time? I think it's because she got boobs. I think that's why she's
and we know it is because when she was on before, she didn't get the airtime. She got her boobs did when she was gone. She came back, and guess what? She's on Mondays and Fridays.
Chris Liv trying not to laugh. Well, aren't they all like besties? Her and Sonia. Don't they all live together in the same cul-de-sac?
She would have friends. She's so so awkward and weird.
She's that friend that everybody likes to take care of. Because, oh, you're like my little sister that can't take care of herself.
Yeah, she's very awkward. And that's from, just watching her in public, and she does interviews and stuff with people, and you're just like, oh, really?
Yeah. Sophie says, imagine
kind of like watching Brandon do an interview at my house today. Brandon came over to get those shoes, and a company called him and did an interview, and he did a live interview in the front room. Bird chirping. I was watching TV. I muted it, obviously.
What the fuck?
As awkward
Jesus.
as a Liv Morgan promo.
What?
Live in my front room.
That is so
I was like,
weird.
And then he would say stuff, and I'd just be like,
who says that?
And then he'd look over at me, and I'm like, dude, go sit in your car, and then you don't have to worry about me listening into it.
Right.
Going, that's how you answer that question.
Oh, poor Brandon. If you're watching, I apologize for Travis' attitude.
Brandon.
Travis is very disappointed in you, like a dad disappointed in his child.
Come on, Brandon.
Like, get your shit together, my man. The thing
How do you work on hydraulic pumps, Brandon? Oh, I work on cars all the time.
There's a lot of things that have hydraulic pumps that aren't vehicles. I don't even think a vehicle has one.
She's like, let me be honest with you. It's not like working on a car.
No.
That's what she said to him. And she's like, but we have other positions. And he's like, oh, I can do those.
Oh my gosh.
So I think he's still going to get hired.
Oh, his positiveness. He's like, I can totally do anything. Till you find out they can't.
He'll be fine.
I thought he was still working for that one company.
He is, but he wants more different.
He goes through that every once in a while.
He's been doing it since 19, and it's 23.
No, I meant he's done other things during that time too and gone back to it. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know he wants
this
to.
And then back, and then this, and then back, and then this. And
well, he wants to be like what was it called? I'm trying to remember the name of the job, but it's like a maintenance guy, but it's also like an engineer type of job. And so you have to weld aluminum and metal, and you have to fabricate pumps and.
Oh wow,
that's
a lot.
It's at Lamb Weston, but you have to keep the factory running. So if anything happens, get it back online. And that's a lot of pressure, a lot of stuff. But anyways, there's other positions available there. Fantastic hours, though. That's why I was sitting over there going, I want a job with those hours. You work 12 hours 2 days a week.
Oh.
And then you get 2 days off. And then you work 12 hours 3 days. And then you get 3 days off. And then you work 2. And then you get 2 days off. Then you work 3. And then you get 3 days off. 12-hour days. And they're in the day. And you can get overtime.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, who wouldn't do that?
People that don't like to work. Anyways, we do have a match going on, guys.
Yeah, we do.
There's ladies happening.
Lots of ladies. Of course, Rackrod's just going to dominate, so...
Because she's her.
Because she's the Great Khali's daughter. Step.
Sophie's like, imagine them doing a Royal Rumble or a SummerSlam pay-per-view in Puerto Rico. Chris says they're all scissoring, and Pico says, so I'm out in the downtown area, and there were several people for gallery night tonight. We left before it gets way too busy. It's hilarious to see my 6-year-old neighbor try and spit game to younger women.
That is super cool.
That's funny.
I used to do
awesome.
it at the street dances and stuff. Like, just, like, start macking. I was, like, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, God.
I remember as a little kid, I was like, how am I supposed to hook up with this girl? I was, like, 7. You know?
Sophie says, I wonder what other country the WWE will give SmackDown and pay-per-view this year. And Dawn says, Chris, that would get more viewers than Raw and SmackDown. Sophie says, remember when they teased a Roman Kross feud? They dropped that out of nowhere. And Philip says, let's go, Liv Morgan. Love you, Liv. And Chris says, Sonya looks so good in those fucking leggings. Philip says, yeah, way to go, Raquel. And Sophie says, I still don't understand why they gave us women tag team championships. And Pico says, Rackrod has potential. She better not be a Great Khali. And Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Have a wonderful weekend, Walter.
To the outside.
We'll see you on Monday night later for Raw.
Look at this. Liv put acid on her or something.
That was water, but...
How do you know?
That's what she's
Look at this. They cheated to win. They cheated to win. Forgot to start my timer. He's talking about Brandon behind his back.
Whatever. It's probably in the chat. It's going to listen to it and know everything that was said. No, don't fight it.
Hopefully they get a rematch immediately since the cheating.
Yeah.
Is he pulling my plunker?
Is he talking about his dick?
I don't know what a plunker is, but it sounds like a dick. Probably a chain. Oh, a plunker, toilet.
Oh. So
am I right, Ravi?
How would he know? Sophie says, remember when the Usos weren't on pay-per-views most times in the early years of their careers?
Whoa! Sexy Marshmallows just out. Just bras and titties. And...
Dang. Wow, Toasty Marshmallow.
She's like, I'm going to wear my lingerie bra and a jacket.
There you go. Chris is like, BS victory. Harley says, watching the Detroit Tigers lose 1 and nothing. Piccolo says, well, that happened.
Yeah, that's sad. But, I mean, obviously Rackrod was going to win that match.
Philip's like, yay, they won, let's go. And Piccolo's like, what happened to the Dodgers? Had seen it where they were getting mauled by 12 runs.
I watched that game today. They ended up losing by 13. The Cubs, too, and the Cubs suck.
That's even funnier. Oh, I bet that Danny was just in heaven. Heaven, we're in heaven.
So what are they going to do for the next 20 minutes before they introduce us to Sequoia?
I don't know. Foam says that they did it 2 times. Vindicator's like, not sure about Liv and Raquel using heel tactics, but I'm cool with them retaining. Well, we knew that they were probably going to retain it, but yeah.
Yes, it is, sucker.
The fact that they had to, push Liv's ass with Raquel's boot is kind of not good.
Let's not pretend that he's going to win this match. Now
they're going to pretend. And they're going to make it like he's going to be so good. And Gunther's going to be like, I don't know if I can beat him.
The crowd's going to cheer for him at the end. It's going to be a participation match. Anyways, what could happen in this match is Gunther dies.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately. And Woods wins.
He dies?
So he could... Well, that's the only way that Woods wins.
That's terrible.
That's the only way that Woods wins.
Oh.
Is a death. Or maybe a broken ankle or leg. Like it just like his elbows like over here, looking like freaking Rey Fenix.
Like a Rey Fenix elbow, but it's not.
Like it's dangling like this, but his arm's like this.
Oh my God, terrible.
Puerto Rico.
So crazy.
Too bad they didn't name it something else. I feel like they should name it per the country, kind of like they did at the Clash at the Castle.
Oh.
I don't know what they do in Puerto Rico to name it that.
Right.
Like
Bryce
the club or something.
The club. Bryce says, well, yes, they did film. Yes, they did. Vindicator says, oh, yeah, players are still cheating in the MLB. Future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer got suspended 10 games for using sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Did he forget to wash his hands?
They check them right after each inning. Not each, but the first innings. And then if a relief pitcher comes in after so when he goes to walk off the field, the umpires will touch his fingers and his glove. I did figure out a way around that today.
The sticky fingers?
You would take, stickers.
Oh.
But they'd be double-sided.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have, and they'd be clear. You can put them on your fingers. Mm-hmm. Then you would pitch, and then when you're going to go off you would just roll them up. Like you could do stickers. Mm-hmm. And they're clear. You wouldn't want to drop them because their cameras they're $1 million cameras, so they'll see them. Then you just put your hand in your back pocket. You itch your stomach.
Right.
Something. They'll disappear eventually. You pick up dirt.
Right.
Put dirt on your hands and just throw it. They go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Rub your hands on the grass.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like just start doing some weird gimmick thing that you just do after every game or pitch or after you come off the mound or something. Yeah, because they only need it in the spring
because the balls are cold.
Mm-hmm.
They should. Even hitters say they should be allowed to use pine tar. The hitters say that pitchers should be allowed to because it gives them back control.
Yeah, you would think they want them to have control because if they don't have control, then people get hit in the face.
You don't want to get hit with a 100-mile-an-hour pitch in the head.
The umpire doesn't want to either, and that's happened before a whole bunch of times,
I watched a little girl hit an umpire in the face today. Best pitch I've ever seen.
That was terrible.
Best pitch I've ever seen.
That was like horrible sportsmanship.
Think about it.
No matter what, that's terrible.
As how hard it is to hit a target.
I mean, I understand that. I understand that she's very precise. That is not what I'm getting at all. And I'm not saying that his calls may not have been right. That he was calling things that should have been this and weren't. Okay? Like he was for the other team or something. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything that he did was right.
Whack.
What I'm saying is the fact that she literally just ruined careers possibly for how many other people on her team because of the actions that a few of them decided to do. And the fact that the coach let them do stuff like that thinking that that's okay.
It's so classic.
It is so wrong.
I mean, can you imagine, like, say, we'll do it in men's baseball, right? So the umpire is calling a shitty game, and the catcher just fucking stands up and walks off to the right real quick when there's a fastball coming. The ump would be fucking just naked, like, whack. He wouldn't even be able to dodge it. That's what happened. She hit him right in the face.
She did.
He had a mask on, but
he did.
He just literally walked off.
Yep.
And then the other umpire comes running and he's like,
he came
"You're
up
out
to
of
the
here!
mound
You're out of here!" He's like, and then he just canceled the game.
Yeah. He got rid of the pitcher, the catcher, and one other player.
Probably the manager.
It wasn't, not the coach.
Well,
it was an actual
right.
player. And then he called the game and said, "No, I'm done."
Oh.
Yeah. But, I mean, frustration I get from their part of the frustration with that umpire. If you're throwing them and they're in where they are supposed to be and you're calling balls and they're literally strikes, there's a difference, right? And that's when you just go, suck it up, do your best, try a different fucking pitch, but don't fucking throw it at the fucking umpire who is being the douchebag.
If you're gonna throw it at him, maybe have your catcher just duck.
Or, I almost caught it and not. Like oops.
She's set up like this, and the ball just goes. Boop, boop.
And she's like, I'm sorry, I was so upset at the other calls, I just didn't even think about catching it. I thought she was going to put it down here, and it didn't happen.
Shit was
But
classic.
instead of playing it off like that, it was a deliberate action. And that's where I'm like,
I love that she just gets up and walks away before the pitch gets there.
Deliberate actions. I just feel like it's terrible. Like, that is not a good thing.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
They did it 2 times. Vindicator says not sure about Liv and Raquel using hell. I read that. And Vindicator says, oh yeah, players are still cheating. Oh, we read that one. That's what got us talking about that. Chris says, all right, time for a slaughter. This is Sparta. Robbie says, do you like Gunther? I hear Piccolo says, is Woods going to win the IC title as he's laughing?
No.
Right.
I told you the ways that it's possible.
Right. Harley says, hope everybody has a fun weekend. You too, Harley. Thanks for hanging out and joining with us tonight on this wonderful Friday. Have a good weekend. Take care. Piccolo says, then the W is just trolling the TNT belt. Philip says, you got the right, Bryce. And John says, Gunther wins in 10 minutes. Gunther should win in fucking less than a minute.
I feel like this should be a 2-minute match.
Maybe. King's Country versus everybody in the chat. Hey, Kings says 100 thumbs up and that. Fantastic. Thank you for hanging out with us. Chris says Gunther better win in 10 seconds. Right, Chris? People says put her on a contract. And Ravi says, D, for someone who doesn't really for wrestling, you sure do have a lot of opinions. Tamor Mansour is in the chat.
Hello,
hey, Tamor says, hi, how are you? How are
fantastic.
You? How are you?
You watching Woods in there right now in a side headlock?
Great, Tamor. How are you? How are you? How are you?
How are you?
How are you doing this fine Friday?
It is Friday.
Robbie says,
it could be Saturday.
Woods ain't got a chance. He shouldn't. He shouldn't have a chance. That's the point, Robbie. But they're going to make him have a chance.
Like that. Look at that. He shouldn't have been able to even do that offense.
Timur says, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Timur. Thanks for hanging out with us. Chris says, 10 seconds up. I know. And he should be done. Stupid.
This match has already ran too long.
Already disappointed in what they're doing.
It just starts making Gunther look bad at this point.
Yeah, when they pull this crap.
When they try to make it go too long.
Woods
isn't good enough
he's
to
so
hang.
good. Look at him. Look, he can run and stuff. And he totally missed out on
Woods
that.
slides between his legs, gets hit with a big old chop.
And commercial break, so we don't have to see any more of this stupid. Tamor says,
Road Trip?
love you. Oh, that's really sweet.
Much love. Have you ever seen Road Trip?
Yes, I think we've watched it together multiple times.
You know the guy that is in the back of the car and he talks about it's not cheating because it's your dog?
Oh, yeah.
He sleeps with the big girl.
Mm-hmm.
She knows where the condoms were.
Yes.
That's Gunther. If you look at him, it's just Gunther. Like, he just did gain some weight.
He's just some goofy guy.
Isn't it funny? He looks just like him. He's got the same build.
Yeah. Robbie says, D, what would you do then if you have all the answers? I already have all the answers, Robbie, so I do great. Piccolo says, just imagine Gunther gets fruit rolled up and new. Oh, Piccolo, don't. No.
What would we do?
I don't think there'd be anything we could do. It'd just be dumb.
And then Woods is champion for the next decade.
Oh, God.
And has the title for over 3,000 days.
It's dumb. Bronson Wright is in the chat. Hey, Bronson says, how are you guys this evening? Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Thank you for
this
joining
fine
us.
Friday. You watching some Smack at the Downeth?
Watching Gunther and Woods.
Mm-hmm.
So much love.
So much in their love and stuff.
You ever
Tamor's
been-
like, I'm coming. You, I Raider bike.
Yeah, ride your bike. Which direction are you riding?
Robbie's like, D Wood should stick to PS5 games.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or even 8-bit Nintendo games.
Some. Yeah, neither is this.
Succeeding
in the competitionness. Pico's like, Robbie's like, D, what? I don't know, dude. Pico's like, oh, geez, my head's hurting, and it's not the Budweiser. Ew.
You're drinking Budweiser?
You were drinking Budweiser? The respect for you is lost.
That is disgusting.
Robbie's like, what's the main event? Your butt.
It is, what's his name? Solo versus Riddle. It's the Bloodline story. And the Bloodline is now making Riddle relevant. It's that same thing. That Bloodline is just so impressive.
Yeah, it's that.
I'm going to show you guys exactly how I make $300.
He's going to show us exactly how he makes $300.
He's a man whore, baby.
Ew.
How do you get that job? I'm going to kill my guidance counselor.
John says, Solo versus Shaggy. Solo Spike for the win. Probably. Vehicle is laughing.
Next Friday, there's a draft. Remember that. So bring your paper. So you can write it all down.
Bring your paper.
Bring your notebook.
Bring your notebook and your pen. If I was like, D, did you think SmackDown would be so desperate tonight? Probably I knew you'd be so desperate. Like always.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. Robbie's always desperate.
Oh, chop to the back. I would love one of those.
Yeah. Itchy.
I always itch right there.
Itchy itchertons. Harley's like, if I'm drinking a beer, I'm drinking Miller Lite. Piccolo says, I'm making it an art class. Are you making it an art class, Piccolo? What, not the paintbrushes? I guess not paintbrushes. Shakira Nesbitt in the chat. Hey, Shakira, how's it going? Says, I'm watching the same thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's good. I'm watching Gunther beat up Xavier Woods. I'm sure people are very upset about it, too.
So on Monday, we're all going to watch, what's that show called?
Raw?
No, where you vote for singers. American Idol.
Oh.
We're all going to be watching American Idol, too, because I have a buddy that its daughter's on there. And so we need to get her to the next round if she makes it far enough. Mm-hmm. But she's still on it. So if you're watching American Idol, she's one of the contestants.
Chris says, okay, at least this is a beatdown. As it should be, but they'll probably end it. Well, look, he got a 1 kick out because, he's so good.
So good.
So good.
Remember when he wasn't so good?
Piccolo says, so who you cheering for? And asking Shakira. And Robbie says, D, my butt, you would love a piece of that. Off that? A piece of... Dude, are you broken?
Yeah. Her name is Paige Ann. American Idol.
Ann.
Paige Ann.
Piccolo says, is it on this week? It's on a Monday
It'll be on Sunday and Monday. So I'll have to watch it Sunday and then...
Hassan says, hi there, guys. Hey, Hassan.
But we will only be watching it as long as she's on there, because I could care less about American Idol myself. But I know you guys might be huge fans. But
Sophie's like, what are your plans for this weekend?
Big fight tomorrow.
Murder
in the Cheetos.
Robbie says, do you cry? Why would I be desperate? Dude, it shows all over the place. It's gross. Robbie's like, Miller Lite is rat piss.
I've heard that.
Robbie, come on. Don't be mean to people just because you have different tastes in beer.
In Europe, beer is different anyways.
Yeah.
They don't allow people to drink like they do in America. Just kidding. You probably have better alcohol. I wonder what your alcohol content in the beer is.
Yeah. What is
it
your
like
alcohol
Canadian?
content in
Is
your
it like
beer?
a beer's equivalent to moonshine?
Yeah, we want to know.
Because we know that Canadian beer is moonshine.
Chris says, oh shit, next Friday SmackDown in Corpus. Oh, Corpus Christi?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of corpses, especially after the draft.
Not corpse. Not a corpse.
Yeah, corpse. This is Christy.
No, not dead people.
Christy's a corpse now.
Luke is in the chat though. Hey Luke, good to see you. Hope everything's going great with the fam.
Danger! Stranger danger!
Danger! Why is he in blue? Just kidding. Hi all, he says with lots of hearts. Hi Luke. Good to see you for a minute. Hope life is going good.
He just wanted to see Woods and what's his name?
Gunther.
Gunther.
Not surprising. He seems like a big Woods fan. Pico says, right, Siri, where's the best place to bury a body? Pico's like, German beer is high rate. Bobby says, Luke, yo, hope you're doing well with the family. And Pico's like, evening, Luke. And Chris says, damn it, now Woods winning. BS. Luke says, stranger, I'm not driving a white panel van. Are you sure? You probably have candy along with all the cute animals.
It's probably gray. Or black.
Yes, but it probably has candy and animals in it because you know he has cute animals. He said so.
It's called the Mobile Petting Zoo.
Sure it is. Harley's like, I'm partying tomorrow. Sophie's celebrating 19 years since having a kidney transplant.
Woo!
Yeah, party rock on Harley. Side. Party it up with some cake. No alcohol for you. Get in my junk, he says. Oh, Woods is like, I totally got out of it because I'm an athlete. Look at me. Bleh. Barf. It looks like it's all white truck with a white trailer for the animals. That's even more creepy, stranger danger. Film says Gunther's still staying strong. Robbie's like 5 to 7%. Your beer is only 5 to 7%.
That's more than ours.
No, not true.
Oh, yeah, it is.
No, that's not true.
You find me a beer that has 5.
I bet you I can find a beer that has 5.
Our normal beers are about 3 point something. And in Utah, they're 2 point something. That's why you can drink like 1,000 of them. It's over.
So he put him in a sleeper block for like 2 seconds and won. That's
What's
weird.
went to sleep? 10:39.
Oh my god, gay. Gayness on the gay. Luke's like, I wonder if painting stranger danger on my vehicle would attract or scare people.
I will tell you,
the question of the
have
day
a buddy
is, do people in Ireland know what that means?
I have a buddy that had a van, and he literally put stickers on it that were creepy as fuck, and he ended up getting in trouble for it because they were about kidnapping and shit.
Yeah, that people will call people sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, literally, you got a citation for it.
Yeah, you can't say F word on your vehicle.
No.
They get all upset about that,
It was things like, this is the van your mom warned you about.
That's actually pretty funny.
Right?
Like, who would give a ticket for that? That's just dumb. Robbie's like, Travis, get Magnum. That drink will change your life.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
No thanks. But I've heard of that.
And I'm pretty sure it's a condom. You're gross. You're so disgusting,
a Trojan
Robbie.
condom.
You're nasty. Nasty. Vinicare's like, so Travis, did this match make Gunther look weaker, or is it a good, respectful showing for a veteran like Woods?
No.
Nope. It made Gunther look like a pussy whipped pussy.
It should have went about 5 to 7 instead of 10.5. Woods looked too good in parts, so it made Gunther look bad. Because Gunther should be able to not even...
Remember how he was the NXT UK champion for like 5 years or whatever it was? Isn't he supposed to be a dominant force?
Right. So he needed the Brock Lesnar win.
Yep. Sure did.
So you're saying that Brock beat Kofi, who's better than Woods. In 11, 13 seconds, something like that. 10 seconds. We'll just say, I'll say 30 seconds, even though it was.
Give him 30. Give him 30.
So Brock beats Kofi in 30 seconds, yet it takes Gunther on the C player, because Kofi is an A-, B+ player, right? So on a C- player, Gunther takes 10.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
And not only did it take him that long, because I get it, right? Like a mouse versus a cat, the mouse has an hour to live. And the only reason is because the cat's going to take 59 minutes to torture it before it kills it. Mm-hmm. That's not what Gunther did.
No.
He didn't spend 10 minutes of just beating the shit out of him.
And then beat him in the 3 seconds after and pin him.
Right.
He didn't throw him around the ring like a rag doll, murder him, stab him, beat him to death, chop him to death.
So it's like basically saying that Brock is 12 times, 15 times better than Gunther. And Gunther's supposed to be one of their top guys. That's all I'm saying. Is that he has to, when he plays guys that are really bad. So when the Los Angeles Lakers play a high school team, they should dominate them, not let them hang around.
Right.
It's not good for anybody if they were to play competitively.
It's definitely not good for the business. King's Country versus everybody said Gunther retains the IC title.
He did.
Yes, he did. Piccolo says, exactly, that's why I drink the craft beer. Chris says, well, this wasn't best victory, but one time Adam Cole beat
Is
Gunther.
craft beer made by Cheese Company?
No, it's a craft with a C, not a K.
My bad.
Luke says, Stranger Danger is universal, I found. That's kind of creepy. John says, damn, I was off 39 seconds.
You
Rob,
were? Yep, absolutely.
Because you said in 10
minutes.
John says, damn, I was off that. And Ravi says, eating cereal at 2:30 a.m., yo. What kind of cereal are you eating?
Can't go wrong with that, other than...
Are you eating it with goat's milk? You seem like a goat's milk kind of drinker of cereal.
What would you do with a lonely goat?
Vindicator says, say what you will. Ravi had just the right amount of nasty to become a moderator, lol. Well, Vindicator, we would have made you a moderator, but you insisted on the no.
I'll still make you a moderator.
So
I'll make you a moderator on purpose, and you'll just be upset the whole time.
And you'll never come back. And then you're never coming back to your channel. Because you made me a moderator.
It's touching me.
Why is it blue? Why is it blue? Ravi's like, why is it gay, D? Because you. All because of you, Ravi.
Why are we saying the word gay? Because it's
lame.
happy?
It was lame.
Oh.
Piccolo says he should have DQ'd and hit him with a chair. Vindicator's like, by the way, hi, Luke. And Luke says, hi, Vin. And Ravi says, nah, trust me, D. Magnum is a great drink. Yeah, it sounds like a great condom. Luke's like, okay, time to feed the family. Try to be back before SmackDown ends. Okay, Luke.
Yeah.
You've got 32 minutes.
For Riddle.
Just come back for the...
Actually, you've got 30 minutes because it always ends early.
Lamest ending of all tonight. Robin says, then you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And John says, shoosh, thank you. Vindicator says, and pay half of your prices during inflation. And Robbie says, Vin, just no fam, just no. Piccolo says, I feel like the worst gatekeeper, yet love the clout I receive. Robbie's like, so, D. Travis, did you ever bet on horses?
No.
Nope. Never bet on the
I'd
horses.
be terrible at that. The only way I'd be able to even bet on a horse is just by its name.
I'd be like, wow, that's a pretty horse. I'm going to bet on that one as it loses and then breaks a leg and they have to put it down. That would be my luck.
I've seen that before.
Uh-huh.
One of those horses in the Kentucky Derby broke its leg a few years back.
It did.
10 or 12 years ago.
I almost got to witness that for work that one time, but the horse they didn't have to put down. The horse was fine.
Oh, yeah.
But the guy did have to go to the hospital. He did get broken a little bit.
Nobody cares about humans.
I know. Robbie says Brewdog is the best craft beers about. Okay.
What about OE?
Yeah, Robbie, aren't you like some kind of like old gangster guy?
40 OE.
You're an OG, aren't you? Chris says Taya Valkyrie versus Jade tonight on Rampage. That is complete BS. That is a pay-per-view match, but they will probably end it into DQ.
There's no way that's happening because they advertised that for Dynamite on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And there's no matches tonight for Rampage.
Rampage is tomorrow, honey. They took it off tonight for the NBA stuff, so
but
it's on
that was
tomorrow.
advertised for Wednesday. I was looking forward to that match. They better not.
They better not put it on Rampage. I will have lost complete respect for that garbage. Except Jade, I like her. Robbie's like, I like oats milk. They don't judge me. You like the oats milk or goat's milk? Goat's milk is fine, but oats milk, that's stupid. Nobody should drink that. That's
well,
just
it's
weird.
bad for you, too.
It's terrible. Awful for you. You know what's even worse is almond milk. You want to know why?
No.
Because it's terrible for the environment. And all you vegans seem to think it's so much better.
I don't know who you vegans are, but
You,
there's nothing
you
wrong
vegan.
with it. You
Ugh,
just milk
sicko.
a freaking almond.
Vindicator says Rampage was actually replaced by NHL hockey playoffs. Oh, was it? I thought it was NBA. My bad.
It doesn't matter.
P. Cole says hockey is on TNT and the NBA playoffs are on ESPN. Oh my God. We are so wrong. And Chris is like, oh, sorry, graphics look the same for AEW. Couldn't tell. Yeah, dude, it's all the same in their weirdness. Why are we getting this right now? What is going on? Why?
They got to do their build-up.
But why? It's 30 minutes before. Why? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Pickle's like squeezing the almond teats so hot. Ew. That's nasty. That's gross, man. There's a pimp out there. Look at him.
I saw him.
See him? See him?
Yeah,
see
he's
him?
got a
See him?
title.
See him? See him?
He's
See him?
the
See
best
him?
pimp in the world.
He's pimping it. Pimping it. What
The
is...
Bloodline coming out first.
Is this the main event already?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
We have to deal with this crap for this long?
It's a half hour. It's normal.
Oh
Why
my God, no it's not.
Why are you acting like it's weird?
Oh my God, it's weird. It's weird. I don't like it.
Do you know how long it's going to take to introduce everybody?
Oh my
The
God.
Usos haven't even got to the ring yet. Then they'll bring out Solo.
What?
Then they'll bring out Riddle. Then they'll bring out... Well, no, they'll probably bring Sammy out before Riddle. Because Riddle's in the match. That'd be kind of weird to bring out Sammy last. Fuck, I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they'll bring the other guys out now.
I was like, do you think you recognize me as cool guy? You're not cool. You said you drink oat milk. That's disgusting. Vindicator says on Wednesday, a hockey player cut his face by falling onto the skates and got 75 stitches and came back in the game. LOL. Fans call it tough. I call it deranged. Did you hear him talk, Vindicator? Like the interview that he did, like after? He couldn't put two words together to save his life. That poor guy, I'm sure he was in so much shock, he had no idea what the fuck was happening. He just knew that he was supposed to be playing hockey. That's it.
Oh, look at that triple threat.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Film's like, Pico, I'm super happy. You're in a great mood. Say what you're laughing at. Robbie says, oat milk tastes good, D. I like it. You would, you
It is
freak.
very, very high sugar content.
Yeah.
The carbohydrates in that are off the charts.
Probably why you like it, sugar. And then you're probably putting on sugar cereal. So you're like, ooh, sugar, 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 sugar. Harley's like, well, hello, Detroit Tigers lost. I'm sorry, Harley. Were you hoping they would win? John says they might stop the match and make it a 6-man match. You think? And Bryce says, well, I got to go, guys.
I don't
See you
think
all
they'll
later
do
for
that.
Monday.
And the reason I don't think
Bye,
that
peace
is going to
out.
happen is because that's what they're going to do at Backlash.
Bye, Bryce. Have
So it would make
a
no
great
sense
night
for them to do it now.
and a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday, Bryce. People is like, wait a minute. They announced the matches for Backlash.
Yeah,
They've been announcing them every here and there.
That was 5 of them they just announced.
Film says, bye, Bryce. Take care. And Robbie's like, LOD, it's WWE. Why are you surprised? I don't know. I just figured they wouldn't torture me like they normally do, but they did.
Listen, they're making fun of Riddle.
Mad, dude. Vindicator's like, yeah, he sounded like he might have been hitting some boozes while getting stitched up. Maybe needed it to numb the pain. Maybe. Rise like, D, you love the bloody line. Oh, yeah. That's nice, Robbie. I'm glad that you're trying to tell me what I do and don't like. Good for you, bud. That'll work out real well
It's
when you
called
ever get a
gaslighting.
girlfriend, but you never will, so it's fine.
Gaslight. That's a new trendy word.
Gaslighting. Oh, there's all kinds of trendy words all of a sudden. Gaslighting, phobia. What's another one that they have going out there? I was watching these ladies actually talk about it. It was actually pretty funny. Like some words that are being overused in today's society. I guess your cat decided he needed to take a nap on my lap. He tucked his face in his hand. Oh, you call your mama and tell
Call
her
her.
the Usos are on your TV rematch. Vindicator says, by the way, how long do gaslit lamps actually last when in use at a time?
I would assume a while because they use like a oil, and that burns forever. That's what they would burn on the streets outside.
Yes.
So, I don't know, 4 hours maybe?
So at my family's ranch, we actually had, my brother did some weird stuff now, but we used to have kerosene lamps up there and the wick. So what will happen is the wick will burn out way faster than the oil will because it uses a wick down in it. So the wick is like cotton, so it absorbs the kerosene, and then you light that on fire. So the kerosene actually lasts for a really, really long time. It's the wick that you would have to replace depending on how long or short it is and how much and often you use it.
They announced him.
Then we had the other type of one. I can't remember if he used kerosene or a different type.
Like the gas, like the actual real like
where you had to like
one?
pump it, and it had the
Yeah, no,
the wick is like a bag that you tie around and stuff. We had those, and we would use those playing cards. And if it was completely full, and it would get dark in like inside, you know, like 8:30ish, 9, depending, because you need a light to be able to see, right? So about that time you'd start using it, and so probably about like midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, it would start to fade. But the wick would be fine. You just have to fill it more with gas.
So basically 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for those.
Sweet.
Let's see. Chris says, Usos never really cutting promos. This is just them saying words and catchphrases and buzzwords. Yeah, that's it. And then they brought their dude down, and he's like, look at me. I'm crazy. I smacked myself in the face hole. And Robbie's like, D, why are you so harsh on me?
Yeah.
Because you're lame.
Dick move. Commercial time.
More commercials.
Look how much time's left.
Ooh, I know, right? Ugh.
Commercials still to come.
Just going to play on my phone and do something different for a change, I guess. Cat will play with me. He's sleeping on my lap. Got hair all over me. It's disgusting. You need to brush your cat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this horrible hairiness of garbage.
I don't know what to do about it. I don't get rid of him.
I think we do. Somebody want a Siamese cat?
A shedding one.
A shedding Siamese cat? Ugh, gross. Well, let's see. Harley says everybody to see everyone Monday. Okay. You have a great weekend, Harley.
We'll be here.
Have a wonderful celebration of kidney transplanting.
And just remember, a week from today is the draft, so bring your pen and paper. Take notes.
You're a strange person.
Because the note taking?
Yes. Why would they want it? Why?
Well, who wouldn't want to know who's on what roster?
Because they won't. They won't care. You know what will happen? This is what's going to happen. You're going to say all that, and they'll still be like, oh my God, like, who went to Raw? Who went to Smackdown? I didn't write it down. I couldn't keep up. I walked away for 10 minutes. Bleh.
You're kind of mean.
Yeah? And? What's your point?
Just a dick.
Robbie says, D, thanks for being ever so kind to me. Yeah, Robbie, whatever. Also says, so what has changed on this SmackDown? Oh my God, what do you mean?
It's just the same.
Like, what is the words coming out of your mouth on a chat?
Other than the Bloodline's closing it down like they do every week. Remember when it was Jey Uso closing it down every week?
Oh, remember how it's not changed? Oh, that's nice. For the last 5,000 years. Pico says, I'm bringing my protractor and calculator. Now, that is the kind of effort I want to see.
Straight lines. I want you to calculate
And I want
them.
you to write me an essay. Where's all these essays you guys were going to write me and send me? Nobody did. I'm disappointed in all of my people. All of you. Disappointment. Disappointment. Yeah, Greek lemon chicken soup. That sounds nasty. Robbie says, D, I have been out for a few bevs. Yes, not surprising. Were you trying to get your game on? You thought you could hook up with some chick? Didn't work out, did it? Yeah. It's because you're lame. Everything except the business part. Confidently manage your business.
With confidence.
With your confidence.
That's what Brandon has.
Price lock guarantee?
Yeah, it's called T-Mobile.
Oh, T-Mobiles. Good for T-Mobiles.
He said it's pretty quick.
Yeah, I bet it is. So's mine.
It's not.
Oh, you meant like internet.
Yeah. What else would there be?
Phones.
Not talking about phones.
I'm sorry, buddy. I had to move my feet.
Talking about 5G.
Oh, good boy.
Gangsta.
Oh, good kitty, kitty. You're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. Do, 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 do. Boop, boop, boop. Boop,
Uso Penitentiary.
boop, boop.
When is this?
What is it?
Next week on SmackDown.
The main event rematch. All the locker room can talk about
It's
is
not a
the
main
draft.
event. It was just the end of night one.
It begins on SmackDown next week. It continues on Raw 1 week from Monday. There's all the people that they're going to think about maybe drafting somewhere. I was like, I could have scored, but the chick wasn't making up her mind where in town she was going. Yeah, Ravi, I'm pretty sure that means no. Okay? Read between the lines, my
Hit her
man.
in the head with a stick. Women respond to that.
That means no. Travis is not condoning violence upon women.
It's a movie quote.
Just as a disclaimer, I know what it's from, but they don't know. Hey, look, he's getting his head beat in with an elbow from that guy up there. This is amazing.
They didn't want to do entrances because they didn't want Sammy to go on last. That's funny shit.
That's
And
weird.
so they just had him attack him.
Well,
And in
that's-
that way, they won't put... Sammy and what's-his-name will still come out.
Right.
But it won't be to their music. And if it is, it'll be during the match. So that way Riddle doesn't come in last. Remember what I was saying? There's no way that they can do it because Riddle would have to come in last. It wouldn't make sense for him to come in first and then have the guys that are in his ring corner come in after.
That's true. That'd be
And so
weird.
that's how they got around it.
Mm-hmm.
That's some funny shit. It's funny how predictive wrestling is. I mean, even down to the entrances.
That's just weird. Along with Robbie's comment about the lady he tried to hook up with it was saying no, but he couldn't understand it. Nah, she was saying come town. When I asked her where she was going, she could tell me.
She went to Cumtown?
Alrighty, Robbie, you wacko.
That sounds very, very dirty.
Vindicator says, interesting how they want baby faces doing hill-like stunts tonight. No faith in full, clean matches anymore, I guess. And this will probably end in a DQ. Will it?
Yeah, I don't see this ending clean.
Yeah,
Unless
probably.
Riddle gets pinned or whatever.
He gets stabbed in the throat with a thumb. It's a no disqualification match, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm.
They advertised that earlier, so it can't end in a DQ.
So, I mean, Solo could lose because the Kevin Owens and Sammy could do a couple moves to him. A hula kick and
yeah,
stunner.
they'd have to beat him up. But wouldn't they have to get rid of the other guys, too, first, or something? Or
Yeah.
those other dudes. What are those guys called?
Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah, those guys, the Uso guys. To get rid of them so they could do that.
That's not hard to do.
It's not?
Jimmy's terrible.
Oh,
The only one of worth is Jay.
That's terribly mean.
But it's the truth.
Is it the truth, Travis? Is it the truths? The truths.
There it is. Kendo right to the
Oh
shoulder.
my god, he got him in the face.
I'm going to show you how that
I
feels.
wish. Why? That's not very nice.
Whack.
He almost hit the cat. It's rude.
No pain. No.
That looked like it kind of hurt a little bit
No,
when you
there's-
missed.
Well, if I hit something, but I didn't hit anything. Here, put your hand out.
No,
It doesn't hurt.
I don't care.
So, anyways, they're loud. They're for practice. So they make slapping noises because it's 4 individual pieces of wood.
Travis is like, let me show you the violence. Here, Talitha, let me show you how violent I can be. Robbie's like, this match is lame, D. No way, Robbie. Vindicator's like, could in a count out then. Robbie's like, D just mocking wrestling every week. Why would I do that? Vindicator's like, but it's just a setup match for something down the line. Maybe steel cage at Backlash or something overdone like that. Yeah, especially with Solo and Riddle. They should totally do that. Hey, buddy, what you doing? You did your bedroom? Hanging on, old Riddle pants. Did he say with a ruddy knee?
Running. Yeah.
Oh.
Ruddy. It's very ruddy.
Like, what the fuck is he
Got
saying?
holes in it. Whoa!
It was a Broton with its
What you doing,
photon.
shopping?
Yeah, I'm looking at food recipes while we're watching, you know.
Riddle,
the drug addict out there trying to beat up the other guy. It is commercial time with the Mandalorian people.
And a little Yoda.
I was trying to find that recipe I was talking about earlier. Ow! That hurt. That was a stabbing pain in my foot.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire! Hi, Cat.
The Empire strikes back. Dun, 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 dun.
Justin Martinez in the chat.
Hey,
Justin
Justin.
says, who won between the Woods and Gunther? Gunther
beat him. Took him over 10 minutes.
Gunther.
Done.
Captain.
Doctor.
Doctor. Robbie says, what do you expect from WWE?
High expectations.
I expect a lot, and it
want a
doesn't
Hulk
come
Hogan
through
quality
every
match.
time. Robbie says, D, most of these wrestlers do drugs. What's your point? I'm pretty sure most of them don't blatantly do their drugs in the locker room in front of everybody else.
What's your point?
That Riddle is a drug addict, and it's sad that he supposedly is like a mascot for children.
Cool. What's your point?
That you're a dumbass. Vindicator says, you guys take care, though. You are more entertaining than these shows have been the last couple of months. Have a good weekend. Make sure to secure your gas lamps and cheese graters. See ya.
Yeah, we'll be
Robbie.
here.
So for Raw. Oh, for Raw, not Robbie. Yeah, we'll be here for Raw.
V.
No, we aren't going to be here for him. Ew. Yeah, we'll
always
see
here
you
for
for
you,
Raw
Robbie.
on Monday. Have a great weekend, Vindicator.
Now remember,
and
next Friday is the draft, so bring your calculator and your pencil.
okay, he's going to be here Monday.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
sure you can remind him again on that day.
I will forget.
For his calculator, and of course, Pico is bringing his protractor.
How are we going to
as
do
well.
the draft? Should we put up some monitors?
Oh God. Yeah.
Like a tablet
Tablet.
that like spells?
It's spell tablet.
You can write people's name on each side.
Expelliarmus. Spells.
I'd lose my wand. And you don't want to lose your wand.
Boys probably really don't want to lose their wands. Rob is like, D, I didn't expect you to be here for me. God, why would I do that? That's disgusting. Hey, cat. Hi. What you doing? Meow.
You like his new collar?
I saw that you changed it again.
What should he wear tomorrow?
What?
A tank collar or a Garcia collar?
Do we have any of those?
I don't know.
Mustache collar. We have
We
one of
basically
those.
have to become not like racist, but like stereotyping.
Oh my God! Why do we have to be stereotyping?
We'll have to, because we don't actually have one that's for Tank Davis.
So he needs a sombrero.
If it's for Garcia, I don't get it, but that's
What?
weird.
Tank Davis?
I don't get it.
Watermelon?
I don't get it.
Okay.
Solo.
Ah.
Picks him up.
Is
he just shaking his butt?
Ew, which one?
Well,
oh my God.
Solo.
Why is he trying to give him a wedgie?
Oh, Samoan drop.
I was like, D, I stay up late to mod your chat, and that's what you think of me? Why are you laughing about it then?
You gonna watch the Tank Davis fight tomorrow?
Yeah, you gonna watch the boxing match, Ravi?
On your free box?
Ew, gross.
The free hooker.
Is that girl gonna come over?
You gonna watch her free box? They might not call it that there. He might be confused.
Yuck.
In a dirty stinky. I don't know what the fuck they call it.
Anyways,
In a one-eyed Undertaker.
oh my lord. So we're watching a match.
Yeah. Not talking about one-eyed Undertakers.
We're watching some Solo beat up that Riddle dude. I don't know how well it's gonna be. It's a no disqualification match though, so there you go.
There's 6 minutes left.
Oh my God, 6 minutes. Whew. Robbie's like, I might just do that. D. Travis says it's free, right? Robbie's laughing. Go on.
If you have DAZN, it's free anyways because you guys don't have to pay for it.
You don't have to do anything. Get him, Riddle. Beat him with
Smack.
a stick.
Smack! Smack! He's unloading his stick all over Sequoia.
That's terrible. He's going to have to really do a cleanup later.
Oh no, he's holding his chair.
Oh no.
That'll hurt your kneecap. 1, 2, and 3. It's over. No!
Ow.
Sequoia!
He thought it was over.
Sequoia.
But you know he's not going to
Sequoia.
win with his painted fingernails.
I've called him Sequoia for so long. It's Sequoia. So I screw it up every time. Sequoia. Sequoia. Sequoia.
He's not a tree? Are you telling me he's not a tree?
No.
What the fuck?
He's
All this time I thought he was a fucking
a
tree.
big old pine tree. Whoa!
Oh no, he better be careful. You're going to sit down on those chairs. Oh no. What?
Right through the chairs.
So they made him go through the chairs?
He's not going to get pinned.
That's weird. No, I meant like they made him go through the
Yeah.
chairs. That's weird. Hassan is guys, is this the last one? It is.
It is.
It
Yeah,
is
they're not going to
last
put another
one.
match on in the next 3 minutes.
No more after this. Robbie's like, nah. DAZN, you have to pay for the boxing, but I got my box, so I don't need to pay.
Got it.
That's weird.
Do you like that? I'll probably should talk to you on the internet. It's called something. I can't remember.
Raspberry?
No, not the box, but the actual program stuff. He pays for it.
Oh.
It's not free, but it's cheap. It's like $100 a year or something.
Robbie's like, oh no, not right through the chairs. You should tell us on Instagram, Robbie. You should DM us. Put it in the DMs, bitch. Wow, he was very angry at that sign.
But I heard a guy say you shouldn't buy it yearly because you can, and it's way cheaper because it's very, very inconsistent.
Oh. Yeah.
And so it's better to pay it monthly. That way, if it's so inconsistent and you're not watching it, that it's not worth paying.
Ah.
But it sounds like Robbie watches everything. So
Yes.
maybe he has a better provider.
I don't know.
Not that it matters, but.
Oh no, he thinks he's going to do it.
4 minutes.
I don't
Actually,
feel
it's more
that
like
he should
3
be
minutes.
able to get it over.
There's
if the
3
other
minutes. Yeah, but it's a non-disqualification match. What's that do?
One. I don't fucking know.
You gotta pin him. Or...
Look at the refs like, dude, you gotta
Look at
get
that,
him in the
penitentiary.
ring, dude.
Penitentiary!
Yeah, get him.
Jailbreak.
Attack him and tell him who's boss.
Here they come. Here comes Sammy and Kevin. Where they at?
Bro.
I don't see them yet, but they're gonna show up.
We're coming. Brr. You entered a fight with the Bloodline single-handed? You deserve
There's only
everything
2
coming
minutes.
to you. Oh my God, Wade Barrett. Oh, he's like, no, I can beat them all. Look at me. I'm
Hurricanrana.
amazing.
So if Sammy and Kevin show up, but they only have a couple minutes.
So we're saying that Riddle is so much better than these guys because it's Riddle. Is this what we're trying to portray here?
No, it's fine. You're supposed to do
This is dumb. I don't like
You're
it.
supposed to do this.
No. Robbie says, mine works fine. I pay for a year. I mainly watch the non-televised football on it. Oh.
Yeah. Hit me up in my DMs.
Yeah, you do the DM stuff, like that.
With a name, like an address and a name. Not like words. Don't describe it to me. Just give me the
Rob is
site.
like, Sammy and Kevin will show up. Will they? Will they show up? Is that what's happening?
I thought so, but there's not enough time.
Get him. Beat him up. Throw him on the apron.
I honestly don't think there's enough time. There's only 1 minute left.
At least he set their table back up for him. That was nice of him.
Yeah, he's very nice.
That was very polite. He's like, oh, I'm sorry your guys' table got all messed up. Here, let me put it back for you. And then he put it back.
Here
and
it
they're
is,
like, oh my gosh,
Spike.
thank you so much. This is amazing.
Riddle's going to do something to stop it. Ducked it. Ripcord. Why do we name things weird?
I don't know.
You're not going to pin him with a clothesline.
No.
And I like it.
You're not going to pin him with it. I guess he pinned him with a clothesline. That was stupid.
I lied.
Lies. And that happened.
Yeah, Sammy and Kevin didn't show up.
Yeah, Sammy and Kevin said no to helping out Riddle Boy.
They didn't like him.
They're like, no, you can do it all by yourself.
Oh, here comes the cheers.
By
There's only 1 minute
yourself. They're going to do it all by
Oh, they're going to do the 3D, which they call the 1D because they're the ones. On Riddle. Riddle's going to get 1D'd.
He's going to get the murdered.
1D'd. Here it
He's
comes.
getting murdered.
1D'd.
Murdered.
He got 1D'd.
They murdered him. They murdered him.
Did they kill him with murder?
I think they killed him with murder. Look at all the people in the audience like, oh my gosh. Others are like, yeah! You take that. No. He didn't have any friends.
That's awesome.
That's funny shit right there.
Riddle, friendless.
I should laugh about that. That's not funny. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. That is the end of SmackDown for this evening. Don't forget, the draft will be on the next SmackDown. But first, we're going to have one more Raw before that happens. So join us on Monday for Monday Night Raw. Have a fantabulous weekend. If you're a boxing fan, there is a huge boxing match pay-per-view happening on Saturday night between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. It is a very big match, actually. So if you are interested, it's on, pay-per-view, some other sports things, and yada, yada, yakety schmackities. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye.
Bye.